Let's debunk this myth about Friday the 13th.
We are the Matching Guys, and
today
it's Friday the 13th,
also known as Magic Day.
So today we will be talking about three things. So number one, myth versus reality for Friday the 13th, myth versus reality for magic, and number third, the difference between white magic and black magic.
And we might also talk about the difference between what's the difference between Wicca and what's the difference between witchcraft. First and foremost, let's debunk this myth about Friday the 13th, shall we?
The myth apparently is that there was this woman somewhere in Europe. She was banished for being a witch, and when people were converted into Christianity, she would plot terrible things with 11 other witches on Friday, with the 13th being the devil himself. So 11, the 12 became that witch, and the 13 was the devil himself. They would plot terrible things to be occurring in the following week. That's how the Friday the 13th come in effect, and Friday is the day where witches convene with each other. Bam.
Okay, so let me explain a few things. First and foremost, Friday the 13th is not a bad day. It's your perception of it. People think that Friday the 13th is bad and therefore bad luck happens to them. In truth, it's just another day of the week. It really does nothing.
Actually, I have noticed that on Friday the 13th, the energy is just very strong for basically magical energies are just strong. Now that leads to our second topic, technically, reality versus myth about magic. In my opinion, so I'll give my opinion and then you can give your opinion about what you're thinking coming from Wicca himself. Okay, anybody first of all can be a witch. Okay? Anybody can play with magic. Anybody can do magic. Okay, you yourself, if you're watching this, you can be a Wiccan, witch, whichever you want to call it. You can be if you know how to manipulate energy. That's all there is to it. There's nothing fancy. That all these Hollywood terms and the Harry Potter and all these other books and the movies that they have used for witchcraft, and especially in old age, witchcraft used to be bad. It's none of that. Like reality, you are literally just playing with and manipulating with energy, asking for the universe, and as per that what you are asking, it can't really happen. Magic has its own tool, has its own mind on its own technically. So certain things will go a certain way. You never have planned for it. We have done it before. We asked for something and then it literally not necessarily backfire, but it just literally made it like tenfold. And certain things doesn't really happen. Like for example, we've been doing things about like YouTube, and it's like, okay, we have to put effort, we have to do things about it. We can't just rely on magic as well. So if you're asking for something, just like any prayers, you can't just rely on prayers. That's the difference between, I find it is like more believable in terms of the magic, more things, it's like more tangible that you can rely on than just praying to God or Almighty up there. And then like my parents used to do, is like, oh, okay, we pray to God that bring us food. Okay, yeah, you're just gonna get the food without going outside to work or going outside to get the food. You're just gonna get it, go, oh God, give me the food. Oh yeah, it's gonna be in the hand. No, that is never the case. The same, exactly same concept apply for magic as well.
His wordy explanation. Okay, now so the more simplistic way of just saying it is magic is the manipulation of energy and making your intentions known. That's all magic is.
That's a textbook definition. Okay.
That's quite literally what it is. Wiccans use wands and all that stuff, but it's not like Hollywood. I can't just put my finger and say a spell.
No, I love you, son.
I wish sometimes, but no, it's not like Hollywood. A lot of people who start witchcraft and all anything related to magic, they think that it's Hollywood. They think that it's gonna be like you say something and then it's just gonna happen. But some spells take days, weeks, even years. Sometimes they don't even work, and you just, you know, you're not always gonna get the same results, but it's still fun. So number 3 is of course talking about white magic versus black magic. Let's get into that, okay?
What happened with your voice? Anyways, okay, what is a white magic?
White magic is Okay, I guess your easiest way to define it is it's kind of like good versus bad in a sense. No magic is entirely good, or no magic is entirely bad. But obviously, black magic is usually means that you're trying to harm someone. There are black witches who don't harm people with magic, with black magic, but for the best way to define it, black magic is stronger and more intense because sometimes you're using your own blood, some kind of sacrifices, usually animals, so it's more intense, whereas white magic is all about Mother Nature, herbs, and all that good stuff. I mean, there's no judgment between white magic or black magic. You do you, but me personally, I do not like to harm anyone, and I never will. I've always been against war, guns, violence, and all that stuff, so I practice white magic. But that being said, there are some things that I can't do because I practice such a passive magic, whereas with black magic, there are certain things or certain people you can definitely punish with black magic. But
so there's basically no harm to none, so what it be,
that's for wiccans.
Right.
So with black magic, you have to put up a lot of protection magic for starters, and two, you might actually get kicked in the ass by your own spell, which is another reason I don't practice it. I don't know that much about black magic, but I can tell you white magic harms none, so mote it be, whereas black magic is kind of the opposite. It's like I can harm
everyone.
It's like I can do whatever the fuck I want. Oh, have you pissed me off? Okay, I'm going to text you tomorrow. Bye.
Like, hey, why harm somebody when you can just ask the universe to get you more and more stuff? So that's pretty much it. Not necessarily stuff as in like material object, but like more in life. Like honestly, life is about just, you know, experiences and like enjoying life. So just like, you know, just make things happen. All you are doing, as I said, like manipulating with energies out there. Like that's literally just like the more the arty energy, the better it is. So it's just like that's why nature is the best friend for Wiccan and witches. That was it.
4.
Line number 4. It's a bonus.
What's the difference between Wicca and witchcraft?
Oh yeah, what is the difference between Wicca and witchcraft? Can you tell them?
Okay, so witchcraft is where you practice magic. You do magic, and you know it can be white or black. Witchcraft that is not a religion. You can be a Christian and still do witchcraft. It's just doing, it's like manipulation of energy, intention, so you can still do magic or practice witchcraft and still be a Christian, a Muslim, or whatever religion you follow. So witchcraft is not a religion, it's just a thing you do.
Like, type of like culture, kind of thing. You can have different culture with different religion.
In a way.
Whereas Wicca is a religion.
As in Wicca is a religion. So what Wicca believes in is respecting nature, respecting the elements, and most Wiccans believe that you have at least 1 or 2 deities. The male version is the horn god, and the female version is the goddess. For me, I follow Hecate and Poseidon. So I call on...
So you are basically like the same way, you're just basically following some almighty thing up there.
Not really. I just got them to do things.
Okay. Ooh. God is at your fingertip.
Kind of, girl. It's like drawing energy on something else besides yourself. So it allows you to do stronger things. So guys, hopefully you learned something today. I know that it might be a little confusing.
Rambling.
With all the ramblings. This is our first video
after we coming back to our new place. And
I don't talk really much about like my belief system or anything like that. So anyways, remember, have yourself a matching day. And if this comes out on Friday the 13th, then happy Friday the 13th. Let magic be with you.